after a car crash. I mean, think about it. A car is going 60, 70 miles per hour and rears into the back of you. All of that force sometimes goes right into you and your head just goes boom.
Do you know if you need an attorney after you've been in an auto wreck? And what if you've been injured? Well, we're going to find out, because that's what we're going to ask the lawyer today. Hi again, everybody. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com. And my guest is attorney Gwen-Marie Davis Hicks from Prince George's County in Maryland. Gwen-Marie, thank you for making some time to answer our questions today.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
So let's just kind of start at the beginning. Does everybody need an attorney after every auto accident?
I would say after an auto crash, you would definitely need an attorney if you're injured.
Okay.
If you're injured, I would say you definitely should call an attorney.
If it's just a regular fender bender, probably not then.
I would agree. If it's just a fender bender, you're not hurt, you can handle it yourself.
So, but if they are injured, if it's a more serious accident, what are some of the benefits of calling an attorney as yourself to get some help?
Well, first of all, some of the benefits are that sometimes, or most times, the insurance company would try to lowball you and send you an offer that is not a good one for your case. Having an attorney, they can negotiate for you, speak on your behalf, making sure you say the right things, don't give recorded statements. You know, the list goes on and on and on. It's best just to call an attorney ASAP from the onset of your case, right after your crash.
So an attorney's going to think of a lot of things that the regular person is not even going to even remotely think about.
Exactly.
And maybe
don't try to handle it on your own, because also too, you'll call and say, only my back hurts, but you didn't mention you had a head injury. You're not mentioning you hurt your wrist, and a lot of things that you're not thinking to add or mention that you're injured. They'll devalue your claim. They'll later say, oh, I thought you said you weren't injured or you were feeling okay, but you actually were. And sometimes injuries don't, you don't feel them or right away.
So yeah, that was going to be my next question. Do all injuries show up right away, or could this be something happens over time?
Exactly. It's so, first of all, after an auto crash, typically you have adrenaline running through your body. So you might not feel it as bad at first, but always go get checked out. But the next day, the day after, it's so common to really be achy and sore right after the crash. And sometimes days afterwards, things come on that, initially you didn't feel.
You mentioned
That's so common.
You mentioned a head injury a little bit ago. That's one of those things that maybe not right away, or maybe won't even be checked for right away, right?
Correct. Oftentimes, too, after a car crash, I mean, think about it. A car is going 60, 70 miles per hour and rears into the back of you. All of that force sometimes goes right into you, and your head just goes boom, backward and forward, and you can have whiplash. With that said, the brain is the one area of the body that's not really connected to anything. It could shake, and sometimes you could just feel like you have a headache. But then you could feel nauseous. You could feel dizzy, have sensitivity to light, the whole 9 yards. And you could actually have a concussion that you may not really know about right away.
You mentioned that the insurance company may make you an initial offer, probably a lowball offer. Do you need to be careful about what you may say to them? Is it possible to say something that could hurt your case on down the road?
Yes, don't speak to the insurance company. Call your attorney, call GDH Law, call me or someone like me that can help you, because you don't want to give a statement. It can ruin your case. I've seen it sometimes too, where an insurance company will give you you're hurt, here's a little check. And some people actually take that before the case has even started, and you have a concussion, or you think you hurt your knee, but the MRI will later show you have a torn meniscus. I mean, I've seen so many things like that, that later the injury comes to be more serious than you initially thought that it was.
Why is it important to contact an attorney, a personal injury attorney, as soon as possible? Does it involve gathering evidence and that sort of thing?
Well, it's a number of reasons. You want to call right away. Like, again, you don't want to give a statement. Yes, you definitely want to make sure that pictures are taken at the scene, things like that. Police report statements are not given between witnesses, parties, things like that. You also want to make sure you go to treatment. You're encouraged to go to treatment, because you could say you feel fine and you really aren't. Making sure you're getting checked out, you're following up, going to physical therapy. I mean, I do this every day. all day. And there's so many things that I can know and think of that the average person is just thinking, I don't need to have an attorney. I can do it on my own. And that's just the absolute worst thing you could do for yourself after a car crash.
What if I'm not sure, Gwen-Marie? What if I don't even know if my case even justifies talking to an attorney? I don't know if I want to pay money to find out if I have a case or not. What's the answer there?
Well, on personal injury cases, you don't pay anything at all unless you win. That's important as well, too. It's done on a contingency basis,
right,
where we pay all the fees, the expenses up front for your case. You don't have to pay us anything at all until after the case. And the consultations are free. So if you are injured or you had a serious car crash, call. We'll talk to you. We'll give you a free consultation. We'll go through your injury. We'll see if you have a case. And if you have a case, we would love to help you.
What if I'm a family member or loved one, say the person in the accident is not able to contact you, they're in the hospital. Can I contact you on their behalf?
You sure can. As a matter of fact, we just dealt with that this week. Somebody had a really serious crash. During the COVID times, people are really speeding on the highways a lot faster than normal. We've seen some really horrible crashes these days. And that the mother's in the hospital right now, and the daughter was able to call on the mom's behalf, and we were able to work that out. So there's so many things that we could do. We're here to help. Don't wonder. Give us a call. We'll help you.
Well, thank you for helping us today and answering our questions. Lots of helpful information there. Thank you, Gwen-Marie.
Oh, thank you for having me.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been Maryland attorney Gwen-Marie Davis Hicks. If you'd like the best information or you'd like to be able to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, make sure you go to askthelawyer.com. Also, please take a second to subscribe by clicking the button at the bottom of the screen so you'll know when future episodes are available. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with askthelawyer.com.